What a geezer. What a fucking geezer. Fucking hell. Oh shit. Alright then, let's get cracking in just a second. Let's see what's up. Oh shit, you know what? I forgot to open the window. The whole room's gonna smell like smokes. Alright then, let's go. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys are doing well. Alright, so today, it's a big day. CPI is coming in today at 1:30 UK time, so you know how it is. Want to be a bit careful. Some volatility is going to occur today itself, up and down. You want to play the CPI game, my advice is to play it. You can play it now, short term, in terms of really quick trade here and there. We'll go through a couple of trades here or there. And then the second thing I would say is, if you really want to step in, let price show its hand properly, okay? That's the key thing. Just let price show its hand. So whether he wants to go back up or he wants to go back low, it doesn't really matter entirely. I do think there's going to be a bit more of a price action upwards on the upside. However, I mean, looking at, yeah, I think we could get a bit of a pullback today itself. I do expect a bit of a pullback before he catapults a bit higher, but we'll talk about that using the June's range and whatnot. The good thing about today is that we can use Monday's range, okay? Because it's a Tuesday, so Monday's ranges happen, so then we just play from there. How are you guys doing though? Who do we have here? We got AI. Thank you for the alpha, being concise, straight to the point. Time is money. We still have a lot of work, a lot to work and jobs. Good man, AI. Just keep grinding, man. Asgard, my bro. How you doing, brother? Juan Torres. Yeah, nice 1 hour swing fit SFP swing failure pattern. So yeah, it was very interesting actually. So you brought up a good point, because what happened is, like, if you mark out at Monday's high, we've just taken out liquidity from Monday's high, and then we just mark out Monday's low, and then we'll play from there. Make some plans going forward. But Winder, my man, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you for a while. Cruz, my guy. And we got Marta. How you doing? Morning. Art Gemini. How you doing, brother? Thank you. Yeah, I'm flying off to Paris today. Actually, at I'm going to the airport around 3:00, 3:15ish. Flight's at 5, and land there. What, I don't know. I think 7 or something like that. But anyway, so because the time is quite limited, so I'm going to be quite concise. The stream isn't going to be too long. I don't see myself doing the stream for too long. I don't want to go on for like an hour and a half, 2 hours especially. But the key is not to get distracted. I can't get distracted today. If I get distracted, I'm going to get fucked over, really, because I've got shit to do as well in the morning. If I head off. What else we got? NRT Greenie. Listen, you're always trying to actually find a way to get out of class, innit? Bless him. Fan of Country Club. Evening. Are you from the... Where are you from, bro? Evening. Where you at? You what? In freaking America time. What's going on, GP? I never give up. Dubsdorf. Morning to you guys. How you guys doing, man? Okay, so let's just get cracking. One second. Who else we got? It's just like my freaking phone keeps fucking up. I need to get a new phone, really, actually. 1 second there. We got Pirate in the house. Morning, Pirate. How you doing? You long lunacy from at 4 a.m. Bless you. Are you from Australia? That makes sense. Sorry about that. Shout out to the Aussie guys as well, man. We got AD. Aquiliano. Dan, what's going on? We got Goba. We got Artemis. Tony DeRay. Nick, how you doing, Nick? Good man. Joel, we got Derry. Morning to you, my bro. Hello, John. So hope you're well with. Hope you're all within the range. Stay safe. CPI will wreck the world. Let's hope it's less than 8.5. That's true. If it goes less than 8.5, I think there's a lot of then that'd be good. Key thing. I mean, let's go straight into it actually. Before I even touch on to. Oh, by the way, TraderDane.com is live. It's not. It's I mean, like the website's up. So don't be buying anything just yet. From Monday, I need to actually put it out of stock actually. But Monday you'll be able to do it. There's two options we'll do. We'll do it via crypto and via card if you guys want to do card as well. There will be crypto payments available. I'm just gonna set that up as well. That's pretty much the last thing I've got to do yeah, that's pretty much the last thing to do. I'll do that over probably tonight or tomorrow itself. But yeah, so you guys can pay via crypto if you guys want to get involved. or you can just pay by card, whichever is suitable for you. It's not a big deal. We can actually work on there. But yeah, let's get cracking then. So in terms of the market, right? So we've got CPI today, as you can see, 130. Consumer price index, really important. It tells us about the rate of inflation on all the consumer products. So if it comes down low, I think the estimate is 8.5%, I believe. I think that's what the estimate is saying. So, but if it comes down lower than, or 8%, something along the lines of that number, but if it comes down lower, that's good. That just shows that there is, so inflation is starting to decrease a little bit as well, which will be good for crypto and stocks across the market. I think dollar index will start dropping down as well, and then stocks and crypto will actually follow through itself. Before I even jump onto any chart itself, I just want to check out the Jeff, was it the TRB index? We can have an idea. No, not TRB, CRB index. There you go. TRJF, that's it. Yeah, I think it's gonna come down lower. So this is the this is a consumer, well, not consumer price index, but this is like a commodity, core commodity index as well. It's got, like we discussed this on one of the streams as well, what the CRB index compromise as well. So if you look at the CRB index in terms of the chart itself, it's, well, you can see this low here, how the support broke down, resistance, and all it is another resistance, and here we go. So we set off, I mean, at least if we were to set off at least a very minimum, I'd say here actually, into this area there. And if price can drop down there, whether it wants to break down and keep going, we don't know, or would it come down here and then find support, it keeps going up higher, we don't really know. We just play this level to level, but this is looking all right actually, in my opinion. So I do suspect the CRB index should come lower. I do suspect that should come down nice and low. Not how low, I don't really know. I don't fucking know, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. I won't know this stuff, but below the monthly open as well, so it's all good. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this goes. But as you can see, man, like really and truly, I mean, if you got this range over here, this range low, and you got this range, I'd say this range high over here, and you can see that was a range bound environment that happened for several years. I think good, like this. While this was a range bounding over here, the 2015, this was from 2015 2016 area when it started range banding. Dollar index was range banding up above as well here, and then obviously we've got a deviation here and price shot up, came to resistance. Now I would like to see it come down to here, man, around this area, bring it down, and the question is, do we hold above it and keep going up higher and then make it, breaking market structure, going up further, or does it come back down into the range and carries on range bounding, and all this was just a mad ass deviation? We don't fucking know, but we'll find out soon enough over the next couple of months, really, maybe over the year. By next year we'll see. Monitor it as it is, level to level, but that's the CRB index there. So looking at Bitcoin, let's go straight into the actually let's look at dollar index before I even go to Bitcoin. Dollar index, what's going on? Well, on the monthly, let me delete that. What the range low of this range bound environment, as you can see, this is the range low over here from the range bound environment over here. And look, if we ideally, if we lose this level here, then we can say, yeah, we can come down to a minimum of this high, see if we can squeeze into this area here. Well, I do think we come down into there actually. Let's have a look. It's the same thing, yeah. Do you remember, like I was showing you this, the CRB index just now from 2015, range bound environment? Well, yeah, the same thing as well that happened there. So we'll see how we follow this up as we go on. Wait, no, yeah. So the traderdang.com, don't join yet. Don't pay for nothing yet. I need to just link the there's a Discord payment bot system over to the Discord server as well, and that's how you'll be able, if you guys want to pay via cryptocurrency, that's how you'll be able to do that. But yeah, Monday, like we'll do the whole thing. That's why I wanted. What's your personal Instagram? I don't have an Instagram, bro. I really don't have an Instagram. Am I weird for not having an Instagram? I did, but I need to spend a lot of time just checking out chicks in it. Let's stay on the truth. Not checking out chicks, but when you're scrolling on and you just see loads of girls, it's just a waste of time. I just find it just a waste of time, and like I ain't no fucking simp, so I didn't even bother with it. So I got rid of it. But yeah, that was years ago. I got rid of it. A good year and a half, 2 years. I found it was a waste of my time. But anyway, But yeah, with the website, you can check it out. You can check out the website and whatnot. But don't be buying anything just yet. On the on Sunday, we'll discuss this. So we'll have to do a stream as well, and then on Monday you guys can actually join in, or you can do this on Sunday. But we'll talk about this later on as the time comes on, closer to the time. I just got to sort out a little few things here and there. Yeah, thank you, Nick. He's just posted the website there. But yeah, I'll put it into the description on below the video as well if you guys are interested there. Okay. So we need notifications on the pirate buys and sells. Yeah, man, Pirate Bear, what are you doing? Are you buying or selling Pirate? Have a good day, yeah? You take care of yourself. Stay safe. I hope you're feeling a lot better. But yeah, so as we were talking about the dollar index, so if I just squeeze this off here, so you can see this is a range bound environment from this high to, I think it was like this low itself. That was the range bound environment, and we've come up to some sort of resistance. Fuck it, let's just do it again. From there, that's it. So there we go. That's better. There we go. Okay, cool. So we got range high, for example, and then we got range low right here, approximately there, and we've come into some sort of resistance, which is over here. To be honest, I want to be honest with you, I really wanted us to come into this area at a very minimum, and then the mid range of this range over here. This is where I was really looking forward to, for a spike over there, come back down, but instead it's looking like this is the reaction that's coming from. Well, it makes sense though, to be honest, because that low, when we lost it, it became resistance. So ideally that would have been resistance there. It was this monthly candle which made me think we're going to go a little bit more higher to squeeze into this, and then the mid range of the range bound environment. But you know, this is what happens when we're trading. It doesn't always go to plan. So now we're looking for a retest, breakdown, and then we can go down to a minimum, I'd say, off this area here. That'll be it. And see if we react off it. If we break down and go further, then would be a retest there. And all this is consolidation, breakout, retest, and then we're going to work out, is this a retest to go higher prices? That will be your confirmation to go higher, for example. Or if it does come back into the range, or does it come back into the range? And if it does come back in the range, and then all that was just a deviation of this range here, and we're still going to consolidate here. So we have to work this out level to level, see what happens, but it is looking toppy now, which is all good. So it gives a bit of a space off on Bitcoin, really, in the stocks, really. So that's a good thing, to be honest. So we can't really complain there. ES, before we carry on, ES is still pushing up high, actually. Still look at the monthly. We've still got 2 weeks to go. This really is the resistance area here. So we break above and claim above, then we can play at higher prices, at least into this area there, and then we can see we squeeze into this, take out these highs. Well, I'd say here, there. I'll see that. That'll be the next target then. So we'll see how it goes. If we can squeeze up there. I am thinking that we do go up a little bit higher. I do think 4,300 is an area that I would like to see if we actually, how we react on that area. Do we, you know, break down, find resistance, and then have then we can short the market. But as you can see, it's still pushing up, actually, and that's on the monthly, really. Let's go on the daily, really. Zoom it down. Daily wise, come into this area. Let's have a look. So we know we got a few things to worry about here. Number one, key resistance is off this low. You can say this low here. Yeah, I'd say this. I'd say that key resistance off there. You can see that was support at first, and then it lost it, deviation, and then we had another deviation. The question is this another deviation here? We don't know yet, but if he does hold above it, then I know we're going to be fitting into this area. See this gap over there? So fill out the gap on the, have a like a bodily close on that area. Then we can see we squeeze into this. From here, see if we break down, or if we reclaim, take out the highs, squeezing into the area I was talking about, which will be approximately around here, and that will be the squeeze up there. So that's what we'll see. And if this happens, if we, so for example, so if I just do that, price comes down for support, you know that it's your long scenario there. Target 1, target 2, and then squeeze into target 3. That will help us see how it goes. It takes out these highs, filling out this inefficiency over here, and then we'll work out what happens afterwards. So play level to level, but it's looking good so far. We just play it level to level, and you know it's like, you see you got a gap over here as well. price could fill this out quite easily afterwards. I don't see why not. So it could do something like this. If I just move this to the side, and we got our levels. So our levels would be, this is level 1, and then we're saying level 2. We'd say this big area here. Okay, let's just say that. Okay, for example, this is what price could do. Price could actually do this, for example. That's the long over there, right? Obviously, we got our targets. I'm just showing an example, and then breaks down, shows a resistance, and then that's it. Something like this comes into this area, and you see this area here. This was a consolidation area, which price was actually reacting. I mean, you can literally use this actually, to be honest. That, there we go. So then price will come down, fill out this inefficiency, and then we'll see what happens. Do we actually hold above it? Which we will be quite bullish on this. Why? Because that was support. This will have to be support until we break down. So we got some more, I think, more sides on the upside, and that's the plan for the downside. But price could come into this area and actually find resistance off here, and then do this price action over here. So we don't know. We can't really make any claims just yet, but we play this level to level, and we'll see how it goes. So big week actually. CPI merged the day after. It's the day after, and then yeah, this is then forex stuff as well. Thank you, Derry. Appreciate that. All right, so yeah, Nick, what range are we gonna use? You tell. Answer the question, lads. Do you look at Baltic the dry index? No, I don't really actually. Second. Let's have a look. Fuck off. What's going on here? What's going on, Gar? How you doing? Morning. Yeah, Instagram's full of bullshit. It really is, isn't it? It really is. It's a waste of time, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, I've got better shit to do, man. Like, either I'm learning, and that's the thing is, like, this is like the mindset you should be in it. Like, either you want to spend time learning and do something productive, or you're gonna spend time just freaking, I don't know, like busting over someone that doesn't give a shit about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's messed up to say that, but that's the truth in it. Let's move that to the side. Put this over here. And then squeeze this there. There we go. That's better. All right, cool. So Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. So what range? Like, so yeah. So Nick asked a good question as well, and he knows the answer. He's so confident about it. Bless him. What range are we going to use today? Because it's now a Tuesday, beginning of the week. How do we actually use a sort of range to give us an idea of how to play the week ahead? Mondays, of course, 100%. Crypto Cruise. Yeah, I think we push higher. I do think we push higher. Thomas is right. Forming higher highs and higher lows. So green Monday's range. Also looking at June's monthly range. Yeah. So June's monthly range, if I go any further, really. And this is what this is the interesting thing here. Do you remember we talked about like the mid-range? Well, look what happened. Yesterday we actually smashed above the mid-range. We actually, well, not yesterday. We creeped above the mid-range the day before on Sunday. Just right here. Oops, motherfucker. Right here, and then Monday all we've done is just retested it and we actually had a good clean range above it as well. But what's capping on the market on the downside? On the upside, you see this low here? There we go. You can see that quite. Actually, you can use this actually. Yeah, I'll probably use that. Probably doesn't really matter, but you can see that it's gonna have some sort of reaction. Maybe a pullback down there, pull down, and then squeeze up to here. Then we can go all the way into this area and squeeze it to there. That could happen. It could really well happen there. Something like that. Just look at the daily. But I do see us. So look, we've taken out just look at here. I should use this chart actually. This chart is much more cleaner. So if I draw a range for Monday's range, Monday's high, let me delete all this stuff. I don't need this no more. Right. The low comes in one. So look. Coordinates 21.356.37. No, fuck off. What am I doing? Coordinates. Low is 21 fucking 555. There we go. That's where the coordinates are. There we go. So we got Monday's range there. Learn more than you. Bowen says, learn more from you in 3 months and 1.5 years roaming here and there. You're a blessing to me. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, dude. Look, end of the day, as long as you guys are making gains, I'm happy with that. Right? Doesn't really matter. Then we're just trying to get to our end goal, isn't it? So some people may take a little while to actually understand trading and stuff like that. Some people may not find the right guy to actually to break it down. I mean, there's a lot of people who knows how to trade. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who knows how to trade, but the explanation behind it, it's something like, it's a tough one, right? You can. Well, I used to have an issue when I was younger. The issue was for me was that I understood things on the spot, right? But the problem was I wasn't able to actually to relay the information back to another person. And my pops used to say to me, he said, listen, if you can't even do that, then how the fuck do you even know? We didn't swear. He goes, if you can't even do that, how do you know that you've got it right, that you know what you're doing? And I just say, because I'm right. And he's like, yeah, but how do you know you're right? Because you can do something and you may be right for now, but then in the future, because you're not able to understand the full concept about it as well, and not able to actually relay the information to someone else, you don't even know 100% that you've got that understanding that should be there. So then I start then I start working out a lot of things in it, like because you can actually trade. Everyone can trade from range low to range high, or have targets from here, break down and hold above it, and then we go to targets. Everyone can do that, but to explain these little nitty gritty things, the little tiny things to break down things as well, and then understanding, like a range band environment, SRs and whatnot. That's a whole different level itself in terms of actually teaching someone. But as long as you are able to actually understand what I'm saying, I think I'm doing a decent job. Then I think so. So I'm good to hear. Good to actually I appreciate that. I generally do. Thank you so much, fan of Country Club. MFWIC, what's going on, brother? There are people who understand numbers. There are people who can explain them to people. The people who can do both usually become millionaires. Yeah, man, that's true actually. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a millionaire, but yeah, 100%. Numbers and understand and explaining it is a whole different story. Bless you, my bro. So waiting for CPI, man. CPI coming up later. That's a good point. So let's just work this down. So we got Monday's range, right? Let's drop it down to the 1 hour. See what's happened so far. And as you can see on the 1 hour, well, really basically clear on the 15 minutes. Yeah, get a bit more data there. Right? As you can see, this wick here was a stop run. Took out liquidity on Monday's high, come back down, and it would have given you a clear indication. I mean, we wouldn't have caught this in the 10 minutes, probably not even in the 5 minutes. Fucking hell. 1 minute. Nah, that was a quick ass spike. Yeah, that was a quick ass spike. But even if you go on the, for example, on the 5 minutes, right? Just run this down. So you had a spike run, and you could have entered off this, for example. So you see this over here, right? That's the, I'd say, see, the thing is when you got this, it's a range band environment anyway, so you clearly see this is a high and this is a low, and that was capping the market, and it's holding a support right now on the 5 minutes. You can see that deviation, resistance, deviation, resistance, fat ass motherfucking resistance. You see, there's a fucking resistance, quite a strong resistance there, and then deviation there. So we know that. So if you were to watch this, right, you wouldn't enter long over here anyway. You would just watch it. So you got your range bound environment, and you close back into there. Like, if we can retest off this, for example, right, off this area here, find some resistance, and it really does. I mean, your stop loss would have to be up there. I mean, your invalidation is above there. That's where you're wrong if you want to play the shorts and you play this back down, range to range. I'll probably put my stops over here, playing it level to mid range, and then range low. That's what I would have done. Then again, same thing here. So now on the upside here, so you now got support at the 25% of the range. If we were to hold it, take out these highs, hold this, that'll be entry. You can put a stop loss over here, playing it back to the mid range, hold it up to range high, target 1 over here, and then target 2 over there. So that's what I'll be looking for as a range bound environment. That's a little scalp you can play, actually, until further notice. I think probably the focus really will be this area consolidate from, because really we're playing between range high to mid-range of Monday's range itself. And that, I think price could well may consolidate here for the next 3 hours or so before being volatile as fuck, you know. That's very, very possible. But what happens, right, if you want to play this level to level, working our way down, okay? So let's just do this now. Let's make some plans for Monday, off Monday's range, okay? So we know we found support, found resistance of the Monday's high. Now, if we're gonna play a range band environment, where's the magnet in price? It will be we're gonna play from high to mid to low. Okay, so but first we focus on this area. So now, I mean, you can enter here, stop loss here if you want to keep a wider stop loss with a target over here. It's like a 1 hour move really actually. But what you could do is literally this, right? So let's go on the 50 minutes. Delete this all. Break Monday's high, retested and send it to CPI positive outcome. Yep. My take is that when CPI comes out, the volatility would be crazy, and everyone out there trades 100%. I wouldn't really, if you're trading now to enter any trades now, I wouldn't enter any trades just yet. It's probably best to wait after CPI. That's the best thing to do as well. What's going on, John? You're never late, bro. You're more than welcome to come whenever you want. SJ, my bro, how you doing? So better to wait for things to cool down a little, and after that, take a position. This is my take in the opening position today, 100%. Walaikum salam, SJ. How you doing, brother? Retracement to 21,750 is ideal, and then maybe 24.25. Okay, let's have a look. So we know this. Okay, a few things here. We are on Monday's range. Now, if I want to play this, right, and we also know that this level here is a key point. What is this? This is actually June's mid-range. So if price were to come back here and take out the stops, take out Monday's low over here, as once you reclaim this area here, this would have been your trigger. This is your confirmation to play all the way back up because we're holding above the mid-range. Okay, so now we look at it this way. Okay, what do we do? How do we play if anyone wants to play? Okay, so let's have a look. So we've got from the 1 hour. Do we have? Okay, 50 minutes. All right then, cool. So now you see this area here, this high here. Let's use this high. Actually, I like this high better. This high is the resistance. Let me just move this over here. Cool. Yep. Okay, let's do it again. So this high is going to be a resistance, right? Why? Well, originally resistance. There we go. Resistance. Got up. All the support. We've now lost it again. Clean close on the 15 minutes. It's a retest there. So now all I need to do is just wait for it to break down. Once it breaks down, then I can say, yep, that's my entry. For example, that's my confirmation. Well, really confirmation, I'd say, is this. Because you can see the market structure is high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Now, if we want to lose this area here, fuck, I can't even do it right, man. What am I doing? Man? Yeah. Once we lose this low here, for example, because price is capped within those two areas, once we come back down, find resistance, that is your confirmation to take the trade down low to the mid-range, take that liquidity there and liquidity over here, right? See how that goes. And at the mid-range, I expect some reaction to hold above, maybe a retest of this SR, see how it reacts. It breaks down, lose the mid-range, then we can fill out all this inefficiency all the way over here, targeting to range low, 25% of the range, and then squeezing into the mid-range. Will it take out the Monday's low? Probably not. We don't know, because if price comes down below the mid-range and then starts breaking down on a smaller time frame, then you know, yeah, we're going to take out liquidity there, right? So that's that, and playing it from the 75% range all the way back down, but you're keeping it within level to level, watching out how that mid-range is. Now, if I'm just saying to you, we do come down and take out Monday's low, hold above it, the moment we reclaim this, right, because it's showing bullish market structure because price is moving up, the displacement is moving from the low and is moving away from it, right? So it's displacing away from it. So once it does that, it shows me bullish market structure. This is my entry, for example, because not only because it reclaimed the Monday's mid-range, June's mid-range, it's also looking to reclaim the 25% range, and we're above Monday's range, okay? And then you can say you play it level to level back into the mid-range, from the mid-range, see how we react, reclaim there, and then you know that's another opportunity to go all the way back up to 75% of the range and squeezing our way to Monday's high. And that will be the play there, right? Let's just play. This is the way to play from up and down within the range itself, okay? Now, right? Because I am bullish, right? And I do see price can potentially come into this area. You see this? If I just hide that for a second, you see this high over here, right? This high, did I say that high or this high? Nah, it's too choppy, not this high. So you see this high over here, right? This high here was resistance, resistance, comes up, does a deviation, gets below it, resistance, and once we go up, that means this has been a key pivot, an area where price has been reacting quite strongly over the last 2 days, really, as well, 2-3 days or so. So this area here, I do see price, you know, like if this is a consolidation over here, this is range low, and this is a range high, consolidation, this is a breakout, what happens? A retest, from a retest, then we look at how we react, hold above it, and then we do the expansion phase. So just looking at that, that's the area that's pretty much key area on a lower time frame. We can see also, we know we got the June's mid-range. If I bring in all the lines there, you can see it just so happens to be at this area, at the 25% of Monday's range, and maybe we can squeeze into this area. So this is very well going to be strong, which is why I said to you, will we come down to Monday's Monday side? I don't know. If it was to remain super bullish, we could do something like this, and then this is your area to know. Yeah, fucking long your longs going to go up really, really high. All right, at least to mid-range, from mid-range to range high, and then once we get the breakout, then the boy, it's gonna be like freaking, it's gonna be madness. Then from the mid-range, once we break out there, we're looking at level to level using during the range. So we're looking at this, so we know we got, this is the consolidation, that's got prices consolidating here at the timing for the beginning of the week, breakout, reclaim, here we go, 25%, sorry, 75% of range, which is at 23.2k, and then from there we can see we can squeeze into 24.5k. But before 24.5k, I do think we're going to find some resistance, which will be approximately, let's have a look on the 1 hour, probably get a bit more clear. At least it is actually. At least to this area here. You see this area here? That's the area that we're looking at. Reason why, you can see that once we got up, we found support, deviation, support, then we lost it, didn't do a retest there, a small inefficiency there, and then a drop off. We're going to fill out this inefficiency there, and you can see price, where was it capped at, right? We discussed this yesterday. Oh, sorry. Right here. No, was it there? No, this is it. Is this from this area here? So I'm going to just draw this across and you can see. Can you see that? That's where price is capped. So this area, this zone over here, and you can see this area of where deviation is, where support, deeper support, and then we lost it all there. And now it's resistance, right? Because it's support turns resistance, right? Until we reclaim this, which is why it's really important to do something like this. And then you can go up to target 1, and then squeezing into target 2. And then if we reclaim this, then I say, yeah, let's go to target 3. And then from there, we'll see what happens. Do we do something like this? Because we always got a plan. And I will say this every stream itself, making the plans. What do we do? Do we do this? Do we do that? So then the question is, do we do something like this, break out, and then go a lot more higher for higher prices to 26.8, 28.6? It's very possible. We don't fucking know. We ain't gonna know until you know we get to this area here. Or do we do this, something like that? Maybe a stop run, break down, and then break down into this area, and that's your confirmation. And all this was a deviation again, just like this, of June's range. Does that make sense to everybody? Before I move on to Ethereum. What's going on, Vegeta? Good to have you here, my bro. Yeah, smash up the likes, man. Smash up the likes, man. Show me some support. Let's get the Twitter algo going on, the mad one. Any questions? What's going on, sir? Oh, ban you, fucking Vegeta. How you doing, brother? You good, Vegeta? They're long on a break off on Monday side. That's correct. So, if you want confirmation, really, right? If you want to play the safer option, and you're like, you know what? It's going to be a bit risky, because CPI, remember, right? What I would say is, remember that block I was showing you? So this is the area that we're looking at. Once it reclaims this area, right? This is your confirmation. This will be your confirmation plane to target 1, and then into this area here as a target 2, and then we see if we can squeeze into target 3. Okay, so that's how you would play it if you want confirmation, if you want to play the safer bet. So what's it, what the fuck? Bigger picture, I'm still bearish, right? Because I still think macro wise we're bearish. I saw a post of someone, Crypto Bakery. He comes on the show all the time. Shout out to Crypto Bakery. And he was saying, like, he put a post, which is interesting actually. What's that? What's that? Where the fuck is thing? Twitter. I'll show it to you guys. Hey SQ, how you doing? So, yeah, my guy over here. Yeah, it said time to accumulate, right? It was pretty interesting actually. I saw. So Bitcoin, what is it from Miss Anderson? 2011, 12, 13, 3 up years. 2014 down. 15, 16, 17, 3 up years. 2018 down. 19, 20, 21, 3 up years. 2022 down. If this was a pattern, right, then my guess is 23 up, 24 up, 25 up. That's the pattern, really, is it? So it's interesting. We'll see what happens, but we know it's a bearish year anyway. If you want to see how it looks like on the year, it's gonna shock you there. So hold on to your balls a little bit because it's gonna get a bit nasty. I haven't seen the yearly in a while, actually. Yeah, there you go. That's the yearly, and you can see the yearly itself, right? All we've done is that we've come into this area here and find support. That's what we've done. We found support here, and if it was to be bullish, keep going up on the high time frame, target 1, and then from last year's low, see if we can actually reclaim, and then see, well, this area actually is going to be a bit of a factor. Let's show you. From the high over here to the low over there, this area here is going to be a factor. Once we reclaim this area here, and then we can start saying, yeah, mid-range of the year, yearly open of the yearly open, and then we'll see how we react from there. Well, yearly open's fucking high up actually. So, but we'll see how it goes. Because two things now. Number one, a few things that can happen. Number one, price can actually range band in this area and just keep range banding here till it's time. Well, not till 2033. This is just a drawing. Range band here and then pop up and then go up. It could do some deviation over here into this area and then pop up and then go up. We don't really know. There's a few things that can happen, or it could just come up there, shank down, and then range band in this area and then pop up and then off you go. We don't fucking know. There's so many patterns that can happen. There's so much shit. We just don't fucking know. But we know the areas we've got to keep an eye on, and that's the yearly chart you need to pay attention to. So we got what, 3 months left of the year to finish? Then we'll find out what the deal is afterwards. What's going on with everyone saying? Atom today. What about Atom? I do think we can go from price and where it currently is. I do think we could go up from price. Yeah, I do think so. I do think 23 is on the table, and the June's high is on the table as well. I do think that's on the table. When I was asked about this last week, I was like, well, first, before we even go to 23, 25, well, 23, 24K, we need to play this level to level. And my thesis I put out towards you guys was we need to reclaim the mid-range, June's mid-range, and then we can go up there. But we've done that so far, so now we've got to hold it, and off we go. Let's go a lot more higher. So that's the idea. Need to slide into DCC for the 3 year. Yeah, you know what? The bull market, once we get in that bull market, trust me, that DCC is going to go mental. It's going to go mental. Like, there's going to be charts up and charts up and charts. It's going to go mad. But yeah, fits with the overall macro cycle I use. Bless you there. What's going on there, Coots? How you doing? XQ, you good? It's feeling lazy nowadays, is it? Vegeta, we talked about this, man. We ain't gonna fucking slow down and chill out, man. This fucking time to grind, man. Any more questions before I actually head off to Ethereum? Actually, before I do Ethereum, I'll do E-BTC quickly. Right. I can't comment, bro, but I'm here watching you. Oh, bless you, bro. Good to have you here, my bro. So E-BTC, interesting enough, where are we at? This is, actually, we might as well start off the yearly for actually now. This is the yearly open, right? We are finding the yearly open. Where was the yearly open? At 0.79. That's where we're finding resistance. So once we know straight off the bat, right? If we reclaim yearly open, right? So this is the yearly close of last year, the yearly open of this year. We reclaim this. Do you know what? Take out these highs there. Do you know what? Where's the next target? These highs here. This high there. Just off the yearly. I'm just looking at the yearly. I'm not looking at anything else. I'm not looking at this. But that will be confirmation to at least, well, can potentially go up to there, to range high, and which is the range high of that high and this low here. Because we've reclaimed the mid-range. Mid-range is about here, and we hold the mid-range. So we'll see what happens off that, the yearly. Looking at the weekly, let's look at the monthly. Monthly wise, you can see is acting a bit of a bitch here. It's just fucking up. Range bound environment, as you can see, just putting my levels, and you can see all the range bound environment. Oh, all these drawings up there. Fuck that. Anyway, but yeah, you can see reclaim the yearly open, which will be, when was the yearly open? January, right? January. There we go. So the yearly open was here. Okay. And as you can see, it has acted as resistance once, twice, 3 times. And the question is, if this is going to be bearish, it will keep losing it. Lose the mid-range, you know, it's back to range. Well, this over here. Well, mid-range first, and then from mid-range, coming to this area here. So that's what we're looking at level to level. But if you reclaim and hold above it, take out these highs, then the floods open to this area, target 1, 75% of the range. And then we go for the wicks over there. That's how we're looking at it on a lower, not lower time frame, but a smaller time frame from the yearly. But as you can see, I did mention this from a couple of days ago, actually. 4 hours. Let me show you. Let me go back to my profile. I know I've got a chart here somewhere. E-BTC. Give me a second there, guys. Where the fuck is it? E-BTC. I've got too much shit here going on. There we go. So, if you guys recall, I was looking at this area here, resistance, spike up, another spike up, right? So you can see, purposely did that on purpose as well. Stop run over here, breakdown, gets into this area here, gets below into the range, finds resistance, breakdown, targeting to this area here, okay? And what did happen? Let's have a look. So if I would delete all this, back to E-BTC, and we can start looking at what's happened there. Look at the 4 hours. Same time frame, nothing too special there. Didn't quite hit the low there, but we'll talk about that just now, actually. Do you know what? I'm gonna go back to Google Chrome, actually. 1 second. E-BTC, there you go. 4 hours. There we go. What the fuck happened here? Oh shit, what did I do? There we go, that's it, fuck it up. So yeah, just focus on this area here, as you can see. This is the high, this is the low, this consolidation over there. As you can see, we've got resistance, same thing, resistance, we get back up, come back down, does a deviation of the low here, comes back up, takes out the highs there. And once it takes out the highs, it breaks down, comes back into this area, back into the range high. We don't really come back to range high itself, but the moment we lose this low over here, that was it, back to target there. So that's done. And which shows to me, right, if you were to do a measurement, because I said to you, if ETH goes up, right, and BTC goes like so yeah, if ETH goes up and BTC goes up, but if ETH, yeah, so sorry, this is a measurement of ETH against BTC. So if ETH is stronger than BTC, then what happened is ETH BTC will go up higher, right? So ETH BTC will go up, and if ETH right, and if ETH decides to go down, anyway, I ain't gonna fucking write this stuff. I'm gonna talk to you. So if Ethereum goes up, right, and Bitcoin goes up as well, if if you see E-BTC is pushing up on the higher prices, that means Ethereum's the stronger price, right? That means that there's a better play, there's more gains from Ethereum. But if ETH is going down and Bitcoin's going down, but Ethereum's going down, again, that's a better play to take for a short, for example. But in this scenario, we know Ethereum's going up and we know BTC is going up, but why is E-BTC going down? That's because the strength of Bitcoin is a lot more stronger than Ethereum. There's more gains from it. That's why we had so much more of an explosive move and more percentage move in Bitcoin. So we come to this area here, to the 75% range. Now the question is, do we go back to range high? Do we go back up to here? We don't know. But if we were to reclaim and see this low here, right? Reclaim this low, hold above it at least, target 1 over here, and squeeze into this area there, right? And then we can see if we reclaim this area here, off we go, target that with the next set of targets there, and then the plan of the bullish plan, which we talked about, we'll see what happens there. But if we start breaking down, right, we can come back into this area very well, very easily. I don't see why not, because why? This is an area of consolidation right here. And it's the last consolidation that moved the market back up. So I do think price will come back down here, which suggests that most likely if this goes up, Bitcoin can keep on pushing higher than Ethereum compared to Ethereum, and Bitcoin will be a better play to actually play the long game itself. But we'll see how it will react off there from here. Come back into this consolidation, maybe squeeze into the mid range, just the mid range of the macro range, reclaim there. Then you know when you see something like this, then you know, hang on a second, Ethereum is showing me more strength than Bitcoin. And then it's time to actually play, you know, maybe focus more on Ethereum and take the plays on there. But generally, that's the way it is. So we'll see what happens now, okay? Oh, thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. And check logo, folks. Remember, look at that. So, oh, that is sweet. You're a legend. She's such a sweet person. Bless her. Basically, like, she's helped me out with a logo in it. So to redo my logo itself. And what you call it? I messaged her last night, like really late last night, probably like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yo, can you actually just adjust this for me, kind of thing? And she's just done it for me. So bless her soul. Bro, I tried to be regular on YouTube last month. Your watching was normally 80 plus because you were regular. Yeah, don't worry about window. Like whether I'm at 80 plus, 100 plus, or 10 plus, it doesn't matter for me. For me, it's like whoever's here are here to learn as well. So the thing is that obviously I had COVID in it, so I was off for a bit. But when I was in like Turkey, I was still streaming. As well. So I'm going to be in Paris. I'm still going to be streaming. We'll be late in the evening tonight. I'll do a stream tonight. I can't tell you until I get to Paris. Once I get to Paris and whatnot, and then unpack and shit like that, then I can actually say, yo, I'm going to go online at this time, for example. Probably around 11 o'clock UK time or 12 o'clock UK time, around that time, and that'll be the preparation for the next day. Thank you so much for that, guys. Check out the Trader SC's Twitter. He posted Alpha from Wifey Twitter handle. It seems like bear are fucked if you get a short squeeze. Well, let's have a look. I haven't even looked at it. Let's have a look. Give me a second. Trader, no. Twitter. No, that's not it. Give me a second there. Let me open up this. There we go. There. What am I doing? What's Big Man SC saying? Okay, so this is what you're talking about. So look, okay, setting up for mega short squeeze. Let's have a look at that. So the buying protection against a crash at a pace unlike anything in the market has ever seen, said Jason Goatfert, Chief Research Officer at Sundial. The sudden and massive hedging activity of some of the market's largest traders is unsettling. By contrast, demand for bullish option is dwindling. At less than $1 billion, the total premium on call last week fell to the lowest level since the immediate aftermath of 2020 pandemic meltdown. Sundial data shows. Okay, so you can see, let's have a look. This is the open to buyers. I don't really understand this open to buyers stuff very well, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, it just goes with the short squeeze. Well, like I said, bigger picture, macro wise, I'm still bearish until proven otherwise. So I'm not gonna look for for longs going up higher prices, because like I said, well, like we discussed yesterday, we need to break the market structure on the daily itself for us to say, yeah, it's time to go up higher. Until then, we're still gonna actually, we just play it level to level. Okay, what's good, thingy Asgard, you good? The Paris. Yeah, what I'm doing in the circuit, I'm going to Binance blockchain tomorrow, so it should be interesting there. I think BitLord's going to be there as well. JJ's going to be there. A few other guys going to be there as well, so I'm going to see them and see what's up in it. We need to start learning about Gamma and Delta and a lot, I suppose. Yeah, good man, good man. How you keeping though, man? Things work going well and whatnot. Trading going well for you? Right, so Ethereum, let's bring this up. So, oh la la. Yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun. Give me a second. Just give me a second. I do need to take a piss. Fuck. Right. 2 minutes. Too much water, man. Give me 2 minutes, yeah? 2 minutes, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I think I need a freaking toilet in the freaking office, you know. That's what I need now. Alright, let's get cracking. Oh, fuck. My phone. Working, trading, and a lot. Sorry for it. Nah, man, you don't need to say sorry for anything. Going for a puff. Oh, bless you, Nick. What a geezer. I wish I could do it right now, but because I've got stuff to do myself, I can't get high now. See crushing it. Been following on Twitter, mate. Man, dude, Asgard's a legend though. Best watch out for the Rosas fan. Yeah, true. 100%. Alright, okay, let's get this done, and I'm gonna head off now. Right, so now what's happened now? Yesterday we were talking about Ethereum coming to this area here, to the highs of 2 weeks ago's Monday's high itself, and then we've also got this level here. And I did say to you guys, right, I wouldn't short it here, right, until we lose the level here. When we get once we start losing this level here, then I can say, yeah, that's my confirmation, right? Playing it 25% of the range and then squeezing into this area and then going to the mid range, right? That's what I'll be looking for, right? But we're at the 1700 level, which is a key level we talked about before. Now all we got to do is wait for it to reclaim this area here, and then we can go to this, and that's your confirmation going up higher prices, right? Now that's off the range that the previous range that we've got here, which is consolidation. Small little breakout. Is a retest to hold above it and go up high? Deeper retest, obviously, but you can see the fact that we're holding there and just wicking into that $1,700 That's good for me. That's really, really good for me. But if you want to go play the long game, then what we can do now is look at Monday's range. So just trying to think of, let me bring up a new chart, a nice clean chart. ETH USDT. Who should I use? Bybit. Let's fuck it. Let's use Bybit. No, I didn't use Bybit before. Fuck it. Anyway, so go on the daily. We use Monday's range, just like we did on Bitcoin. And look at this. Look at here. Look at the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin took out the liquidity on Monday's high. Ethereum took out the liquidity on Monday's low. Can you see it? And the fact that's done that, right? And we're coming up towards the mid-range. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let me just put this as neat as possible. So 1691.75. That's the key level there. Cool. Go on the 1 hour. And as you can see, what we've done over here. Yeah, it's found a spot, this area here. So you see all this here. See this low here? Go across and look at that. Look how that's pivoted really well. Support, resistance. So that low, resistance, did a deviation, come back, resistance, smashed above it, and now we come back down as a retest. It makes sense for a retest. Why? Because that was a key level. It's a key level off the 1 hour, you can see there, and it's held perfectly to the dot, right? And now we're playing it level to level, or back into from Monday's low, playing it back to mid-range. Mid-range, we're going to play back to high. Okay, so now we need to start working out how we're going to play this out. So we know that like the SR levels are really important there. I mean, even if I were to fucking do this, right, you can see just off this, right? For example, let me delete this, right? Use this low here. You can see the level of it, right? Use this high over here. Let me see this. Yeah, and use the high over here. That's it. So use this high over here, for example. You can see that's capping the body of that. It's capping the market resistance. So we've got an area over here. So this is a range bound environment, and we've got hopefully we get a deviation once we step into it to get to this back here. Now that's one thing. Another thing is we're looking at what's capping the market for further plays. Well, you see this area here. This is the area that we're going to be looking at. Can you see that? So this consolidation here broke up, support, consolidated here, gets above it, but there's a deviation, comes down below it, finds resistance, and then sells off. So we know as a very minimum, right? We know we can go into this area here. That'll be target one. So if I want to go long, right, off this bat, where I put my stop loss, I have to keep it a bit wider, probably, yeah, around here itself, just off this itself. For example, playing it to this area target, and then from there we get back above it, because if he does this, you know, on the lower time frame we're going to this area here. but on the higher time frame, so if we once we get above this, then we can start going into these areas there. So you see this low over here. Was it this low or this high? No, I'll probably say this high first. This high first. That'll be the set of targets that we're looking at. Delete that. What's going on? There we go. Targeting here, and then get above it, and then we can see we can go into the base of this consolidation and take out liquidity over here. Right? There's liquidity rest over here, and then from there we'll see what happens next. We don't fucking know. We play this level to level. Okay. Now that's just looking at a bare naked chart. Now if we want to start playing on Monday's range, this is how we play Monday's range now. Okay. So it looks like already we'll reclaim the. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, it's on its way to Monday's high. Yeah, but I'm not surprised because Ethereum is on its way to Monday's mid-range. There's a lag between behind. There's a lag of Ethereum behind Bitcoin. So the bigger play really is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's gonna have a more of a play. Will have more of a push up in my opinion compared to Ethereum, and EPC will have more of a push down, going back into the areas we talked about, which would be, where was it? Into this area here, at least into here, and then maybe squeezing into here. And then once we reclaim and hold above it, you know, the strength of Ethereum is going to get a lot more stronger, and we go from there. We'll see what happens if we start losing this level here, right? See this low over here? Let's go from here. Yeah, if we start losing this area here, then I think it's going to go a lot more down, and Bitcoin can still be going up. Bitcoin can still be going up. It's just the fact that Bitcoin's power against Ethereum is a lot more stronger. That's what it is, right? So we can just play this level to level, right? I mean, if you were to trade the ETH-BTC chart, we had the plans already, and you know you've been in profit already as it is. So that's that there. Going back to Ethereum, fuck, it's the Bybit chart, USDT, Bybit. So yeah, playing Monday's range. We talked about the the bigger picture in terms of actually breaking above this level here and whatnot, going into the 1800 markers. So we talked about that. We're just going to talk about the Monday's range and we're going to call it a day, okay? Because I do got to go. I have to bounce as well. I do got a few shit to sort out. Anyway, so let's have a look. Okay, it's a 1 hour marker. That's fine. No worries. So, fuck off. Come on. Give me something there. We're just going to focus strictly on just on Monday's range. Nothing else, right? So, as you can see, we've got this high here. And what do we have here? Lo and behold, you can see we've got some sort of resistance over here, right? So, we've got resistance, 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 right? So, if you want to play the breakout from the trending market, from the trend line, breakout, this high currently, this high itself is currently capping the market, as you can see. Let it do its thing, right? Breaks up, hold above it. You know that's your confirmation to play where? To mid-range. From the mid-range, we want to see how it goes. If we get above it and hold above it, then you're going to extend it all to 25% range, take out the liquidity over here, and then see what we do. Reclaim this level back into Monday's high. From Monday's high, and you're going to watch Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts pushing up, you know Ethereum's going to push up to Monday's high. Because if we break out Monday's high, you know this is fucking going to go up to oblivion. Not oblivion, but it's going to go up higher. But I'll also be saying to you to pay attention how we react to this area here, right? How we react off here. Because if we find resistance, then you're going to play back down to 25% range, and then back to, I think, a range high, range low, back down here. Because if Bitcoin doesn't reclaim Monday's high, to me, most likely, Ethereum ain't reclaiming Monday's high. CPI is coming in about 3 hours ish, just under 3 hours. So we're gonna have a bit more of a play, a bit more of a choppy range bound environment going forward before we have that liquidity, that crazy liquidity. But that's pretty much it for Ethereum in terms of playing it. I mean, if we were to lose it, right? Just to say, if we were to lose the Monday's high, Monday's low. How do we play this? Right? And you want to play the more confirmation play. Let it do its thing. Break down. Once it loses its low here, you know, to a very minimum. Once I delete this. Yeah. Once it loses this low over here, right? Breaks down. You know, we're going to come into this area of consolidation that we target. And then we'll see what happens to be able to reclaim. Come back into this area to Monday's high. And hold into Monday's high, and then that was just a deviation of Monday's high. But the fact that we've actually taken out liquidity already, I think there's more upside in my opinion, right? We've taken out liquidity of Monday's low. If this was supposed to be bearish, right? Well, we shouldn't have actually reclaimed. We should have carried on breaking down. You see this move here? We should have just lost this low here, find resistance and go a lot more lower. But it never did. All it did is reclaim into it. So we know the minimum target. You got Monday's mid-range. From Monday's mid-range, play Monday's high. That's all it is, okay? Any questions before I head off? It looks like resistance last month's mid 1726, 1726. No. 2 hours, so look. Yeah, there's resistance over here. So we discussed this already. But yeah, there's resistance right over here. As you can see, we already talked about this already. So support, lost it, resistance, comes up there, deviates it, holds into it, deviation there, called there resistance. So this is going to be a resistance area. It's really strong resistance area. But once we reclaim Monday's high, that was the low, carrying on going higher. Okay. Any more questions before I head off? All clear. Thanks. Enjoy your trip. Appreciate that. You like that bounce upwards, but I'm seeing the CPI and ETH merge with a lot of salt. Yeah. Just take it with a pinch of salt. Don't get too excited. But we'll get excited when the time comes to be excited. But right now is not the time, in my opinion. I think we just have to play. It is ETH merge coming up on Thursday, so it's gonna be a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. And I do think there's gonna be a sell off on ETH merge. There's no way ETH merge will keep on pumping up. I can guarantee you I won't say all my portfolio because I need this key, but I can guarantee you half my portfolio that that's not gonna happen. ETH is not gonna pump up on the day of ETH much and keep on pumping and making and going at higher price. Let's just say, for example, right, just before the ETH merge prices over here, for example, right, we can do this, take a stop run, and then come back down, and then that'll be the sell off. Right, I'm very, very certain that's what's gonna happen. I'm 100% certain that's what's gonna happen, to be honest, right? But I don't see us ETH much happening and then just do this. The beacon chain happened, and what we did, we just stop run. We talked about this yesterday. It did a stop run, and then it just stopped breaking down. It was a range bound environment. The question is this the range bound environment here? We don't fucking know. But then it did a stop run on the upside, came back to the mid range, held the mid range, and then broke above the highs, and then off we went. And then we saw Ethereum go to 4K as we know of it. So yeah, be careful. ETH merch will be, you can take a short from there. It's a buy the rumor, sell the news, but we'll talk about it when the time comes. But thank you so much for that. I will stay safe. I won't get into any trouble, dude. I'm just gonna do my thing, and then yeah, I think I'm gonna head off. I don't know if I'm heading back on Saturday or Sunday. I know my cousin was telling me like, yo, stay Saturday, then we're gonna go out, shit like that. But we'll see. But yeah. Right, lads and ladies, I'm going to head off. Catch you guys soon. Thank you so much for coming on the stream as well. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you tonight as well. I will do a stream tonight. Again, like I said, I will actually tell you about the timing later on the evening. All right, in the evening, and I'll tell you then. Right, guys, I'm off. Take care. See you guys, champ.